dances with bots, 3D projected people come to life, and the web goes ad-free. But at what cost? All that after these important messages. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is East London, painfully trendy, and somewhere I obviously feel completely at home. Down Shoreditch Way is the famous Brick Lane, an area famous for its colourful street art that you'll find lurking around every corner. It's a real work of art, which we can all enjoy at no cost. The creator of this really didn't expect to get paid. That's rarely the case with other types of content, of course. Take online news publications, magazines or video content. As we know, the creators of those really are in it for the money. Money that often comes from advertisers' pockets. Problem is, our love affair with doing this is spilling online. Now, the way to skip these ads on the web is to install a browser extension or an app like these. These are known as ad blockers, and they stop annoying things popping up on your screen. Not everything that pops up on your screen is annoying, of course. Case in point, Lara Lewington, who just happens to be down this alleyway with me. You've been testing some of these ad blockers, haven't you?
Yes, but while some people might not mind random interruptions, for others adverts are a real nuisance, particularly on mobile, because people don't necessarily want to be using their data and their battery power for things that they haven't asked to look at.
Of course, big consideration. So I guess it is good news for us, definitely bad news for the advertisers by the sounds of it.
Absolutely, and although ad blocking is nothing new, people are learning more about it, more people are using them, and there have become more ways of actually blocking adverts. So it seems that it's only going to become bigger business. AdBlock Plus is leading the way with 100 million users, and once you install it, as the name suggests, you should be ad-free. Well, not quite. It operates a whitelist, basically a list of sites that adheres to what it calls an acceptable ads policy.
Acceptable ads is just a set of criteria, and those are criteria we developed with our users. If advertisers or publishers have certain ads that meet those criteria, they can be whitelisted, and then the top 10% or so of those advertisers are also charged a licensing fee for the work that we put into doing it.
But it's not just about bursting their bubble. The issue isn't a general dislike of adverts. Only about 10% of the company's users actually block them all. But they don't like distractions or the idea of companies tracking their data and habits, something ad blockers also aim to reduce. Some content providers are going so far as blocking user access if they detect that ad blocking software is in use. But the fight goes on. Now Opera has an ad blocker built into its latest browser, Apple recently allowed them to function on its mobile devices, and even mobile operator 3 is joining in. It's set to trial blocking ads at network level next month. But it's not all doom and gloom, at least not yet, because we haven't all downloaded ad blockers, but there certainly does seem to be a growing trend in doing so. Some papers tried shielding themselves from disappearing revenues by going behind paywalls. And if things don't get better, we may start seeing subscription models where you sign up for access to multiple publications in one place, or even using cash trails, where you pay nominal amounts each time you visit a site. Either would put an end to the freely available internet as we know it.
Meanwhile, I've come to one of the UK's biggest online news publishers, where the issue of whether the news should be free has been going around and round for years. The Guardian is one of the most widely read online news services worldwide. It's free to access, and a significant proportion of its income comes from advertisers. I sat down with the man in charge of the digital ads on the site to see how big a problem ad blocking really is.
It is a significant issue that we take very seriously. In Germany, for example, 80% of millennial males, so people that aged 18 to 34 have installed an ad blocker, and that just gives us a sense of where this could go. I think readers enjoy the content and probably don't think very much about the fact that it's advertising that is paying for the creation of amazing investigative journalism like the Panama Papers or WikiLeaks.
Then there's the idea of the ad blocker, which is something that broadcasters or publishers can install to stop the ad blocker from blocking the ads.
John Whittingdale, the Culture Secretary, referred to the ad blocking business model as a modern day protection racket, and that's because ad blockers will charge publishers and other media owners to be able to punch through that ad blocker and still deliver ads to the user who has chosen to block.
So they're offering the opportunity to be on a whitelist?
Yes, for a fee. And then the even crazier thing is that there are further services to the user to block the ad blocker.
Ad blocker. Okay. So this is just an arms race.
Going down an arms race doesn't seem to be a viable route. We'll just continue to escalate, and we don't want to circumvent users' choice to not see ads. We would much rather engage in a conversation with the user which says, hopefully the content that you're reading has some value to you, and if you value it, then we'd like you to contribute to that, either by seeing advertising or by paying us.
At least one company is attempting to unite it all and change the face of the internet. PageFair is one of those ad blocker blockers, one of several out there, giving back the power to those publishers who are stung by the rise of ad blockers. But the companies say their philosophy is more about bridging the gap between content makers and the users.
So what users are going to start seeing are far fewer ads, respectful ads that aren't snooping on their data, that aren't jumping around the page, that aren't using up all of their traffic because they take so long just for the ads to download. And also, very importantly, ads that behave in such a simple way that they can't expose the user's machine to any sort of security hazard. The publisher needs to keep showing ads because that's what pays the bill. But for them to give value to advertisers, they need to reduce the number of ads such that the ads that are shown are actually noticed. The way beyond ad blocking, where you get to decide what ads to show on this now uncluttered space where people have blocked out all of the other ads, once you can decide what ads you want to show beyond ad blocking, the answer is to limit the quantity of ads that are seen on that medium. And what that'll do is I think it'll cure what's called banner blindness.
Well, whether the ad blockers or the ad blocker blockers win the battle, it seems that in the end, we're the ones that are going to come out victorious with a less cluttered internet experience.